What if I told you? The Vikings believed that every life, every death, and even the gods themselves hung from the branches of a single tree. A tree so vast it reached across 9 worlds. A tree called Yggdrasil. Its roots drink from 3 cosmic wells of wisdom, of fate, of primal chaos. Its trunk binds the realms of gods, giants, humans, and the dead. High in its branches, an eagle watches all things, while a hawk rides between its eyes. A squirrel scurries endlessly, carrying insults between eagle and serpent. Beneath the roots coils Nidhogg, the dragon, gnawing, waiting. From the wells, the Norns carve destinies into wood, threads of all lives intertwined. Frost and fire, light and shadow, feast and famine, all pass through Yggdrasil's veins. Even Odin himself once hung upon its boughs, pierced, alone, seeking wisdom. The tree endures storms, wars, betrayals, yet it trembles with every shift of fate. And the question echoes, if Yggdrasil falls, what becomes of all worlds? What happens when the tree begins to tremble? Imagine hanging yourself from a tree, pierced by a spear, with no food, no water, for 9 nights. Imagine sacrificing yourself to yourself, and only then seeing the secrets of the universe. He dangled between life and death, wind tearing at his body, ravens circling above. Every root, every leaf whispered riddles he could not yet grasp. Blood dripped onto the roots of Yggdrasil, and the wells below stirred. On the 9th night, a vision split the void. Symbols carved in fire and shadow. Runes, the language of fate, of magic, of power itself, revealed their shapes. He seized them, not with his hands, but with his spirit. The agony broke into revelation. Silence cracked into song. He fell, yet rose again, not as a wanderer, but as Odin the All-Father. From that sacrifice came wisdom, sorcery, prophecy, and the knowledge that all things end. But even gods must ask, was the price of knowing too great? But deep below Yggdrasil's roots, something stirs. A dragon serpent called Nidhogg, gnawing, waiting. Even gods feared what lurked beneath. And when the serpent rises, all 9 realms will fall. Its scales drip with venom, each bite shaking the roots of creation. Squirrels and messengers scurry between branches, carrying whispers of its hunger. From the well of fate, the Norns look on, weaving warnings into the fabric of destiny. Above, eagles spread their wings, sensing tremors of doom. But below, Nidhogg waits, patient as stone, ancient as chaos. Every root it chews is a countdown, every tremor a promise. When the tree weakens, the serpent will break free. Its wings will blacken the sky, its jaws swallowing corpses and kings alike. Even Odin's runes cannot bind it forever. And so every feast, every battle, every prayer in the north is shadowed by the dragon beneath the roots. High above, in Asgard, the gods reign, but even they live under the shadow of death. They feast in golden halls, yet know their walls are only borrowed time. Odin watches from his throne, one eye gone, traded for wisdom of what must come. Thor swings his hammer, but even thunder cannot strike down fate. Balder, radiant and pure, dreams of darkness creeping closer. Frigg weaves charms to shield him, yet prophecy slips through her hands like water. Loki laughs in the firelight, his mischief masking a secret no god dares face. For every god, no matter how mighty, has a place already marked in Ragnarok's song. The wolves, Skjold and Hati, chase the sun and moon, and each dawn may be the last. Even the warriors of Valhalla, drunk on mead and glory, sharpen blades for a war they cannot escape. Asgard shines, but its brilliance is the glow of a fire destined to burn out. Midgard, the world of men, fragile, mortal, endlessly struggling. Protected by gods, yet destined to fall, men till the soil, build halls, and sail storm-tossed seas, never knowing their lives hang by a thread. They pray to Odin for wisdom, Thor for thunder's shield, and Freyr for fertile fields. Yet every harvest is shadowed by whispers of wolves, giants, and war. Their warriors dream of Valhalla, eager to trade breath for glory. Their skalds carve runes, telling tales of heroes whose names outlive their bones. But even the bravest cannot outrun the doom woven by the Norns. Midgard's walls, built from Ymir's bones, groan against the pressure of chaos outside. Frost giants glare across the seas, waiting for the day the ice breaks free. The serpent, Jörmungandr, coils unseen in the deep, its body encircling the world. And when it stirs, men will realize their lives were always lived in a dragon's shadow. The giants, not mere monsters, but ancient forces of nature itself, older than the gods and forever their rivals. They are mountains that walk, glaciers that speak, storms with voices of thunder. Before the first dawn, they ruled the void of Ginnungagap, shaping chaos with their breath. The gods struck them down, carved a world from their flesh, yet their power was never truly broken. Each season is their vengeance, frost biting crops, floods drowning villages, fire swallowing forests. To men they are distant terrors, but to the gods they are kin. For even Odin's own blood flows with the lineage of giants. Every truce with them is fragile, every feast a test of will. Loki himself is proof of their entanglement, a trickster born of both worlds. The gods may call themselves rulers, but the giants are the earth's first memory, and memory, like stone, endures longer than crowns. The Vanir, gods of fertility, trade, and prosperity, they made peace with the Aesir, but peace always comes with a price. The Aesir and Vanir once waged war so brutal, even the sky bled. Spears clashed, magic twisted, and neither side could claim victory. So they traded hostages, gods sent to live among enemies as signs of truce. From this exchange came Freyr, master of harvest, and Freya, keeper of desire and satyr. Their beauty and power softened Asgard's edges, but also unsettled its order. For satyr was a magic Odin himself coveted, though it stained him with shame. Peace brought wealth to the 9 realms, yet suspicion lingered. The Aesir never forgot the taste of war, the Vanir never forgot betrayal. Even bound together, they watched one another like wolves in the dark. And when Ragnarok comes, no oath will keep them from choosing sides. Elves of light, radiant, strange, neither gods nor men. Some whispered. They were forgotten deities. They dwell in Alfheim, a realm of shimmering dawn and endless bloom. Their touch could heal wounds or curse them to never close. To mortals they appeared as fleeting sparks, glimpsed only at the edge of vision. The gods courted their favor but never claimed dominion over them. For the light elves moved with a will older than Asgard's thrones. They sang in tones that bent rivers, coaxed trees to flower, and lulled storms to sleep. Yet not all elves walked in radiance. Some turned from the sun, dwelling deep below in Svartalfheim, where their craft grew darker. Forgers of weapons and wonders, they shaped treasures the gods could not live without. Even Yggdrasil shivered when their hammers struck stone. In the dark below, dwarves forge wonders, Mjolnir, Gungnir, and things better left buried. Their forges glowed like miniature suns in caverns where no daylight ever reached. Each strike of their hammers rang with ancient power, echoing through stone and root. They bartered not with gold, but with secrets, riddles, and blood oaths. Some said their gifts always carried a hidden curse, for who could wield such weapons of doom and remain untouched by them? The gods knew this truth, yet returned again and again to the dark halls, Mjolnir to defend, Gungnir to rule, Draupnir to deceive time itself. But the dwarves also crafted chains strong enough to bind even a wolf of fate. They worked in silence, as if listening to whispers only they could hear. Whispers from beneath the deepest root of Yggdrasil. Cold, silent, not torment, but endless shadow. Hel, daughter of Loki, rules here. But even the dead will rise again. The hall is not fire, nor ice, but stillness, a kingdom of pale mist, half her face beautiful, half a corpse's skull. She embodies the truth no god escapes. Hel does not punish. She simply keeps what is given to her. Here lie warriors who did not fall in glory, mothers who died in childbirth, children who never saw the sun. All wait in her embrace, silent, forgotten by Odin's halls of feasting. But forgotten does not mean gone. When Ragnarok stirs, Hel's gates will open. Her legions of the dead will march, shields clattering like rain on stone. The gods will tremble before an army that feels no pain, no hunger, no fear. For death itself cannot be slain. Before the worlds there was ice and mist. Out of it came Ymir, the first giant. Where there is ice, fire always waits. Flames roared from Muspelheim, carried by the fire giant Surtr. When ice met fire, the sparks gave birth to rivers, mountains, and clouds. From Ymir's sweat came the race of giants, vast and terrible. But out of the melting frost sprang a cow, Audumla, the nourisher. She licked salt from the ice, and with each stroke of her tongue, a shape emerged. Thus came Buri, ancestor of the gods. From him descended Odin, Vili, and Ve, brothers with eyes set on creation. They looked upon Ymir, vast and unshaped, and chose sacrifice. With axe and blade they slew the first giant, spilling blood enough to drown his kin. From his body they built the world, earth from flesh, seas from blood, and sky from bone. Muspelheim, home of fire giants. Here waits Surtr with his flaming sword, until the day he burns the worlds. His blade is said to shine brighter than 1,000 suns, a flame no water can quench. Surtr does not march nor rage. He waits, patient as molten stone beneath the earth. The gods whisper his name in fear, for they know his coming is not a question of if, but when. At Ragnarok, Surtr will lead the sons of fire across the Bifrost. The rainbow bridge will shatter under their weight, falling in sparks to the void. Oceans will boil, forests will turn to ash, and even the stars will bleed light into darkness. He is not merely a destroyer. He is renewal through flame. From his burning new earth shall rise, green from the waters, cleansed of the old. Yet until that hour, Surtr stands unmoving at Muspelheim's edge, guarding the final fire. The gods know when he lifts his sword, all things end and begin again. Yggdrasil is no silent tree. It groans, it bleeds, it suffers. Serpents gnaw its roots. Stags devour its branches. Even a squirrel carries insults from eagle to serpent, chaos woven into its veins. But what Odin saw was not salvation. It was the end, and the tree that held the worlds begins to burn. From the ashes, a new earth rises, green, fertile. 2 humans hiding in Yggdrasil's branches survive. The tree dies, yet lives again. What do you believe? Is life a straight path, or a cycle, ever turning? Subscribe, like, share, and comment below.